to do that. Right. Okay. Does everybody hear me now? Can you all hear me now? Is that better? Can you hear me now? Yes? No? Let me know. No Sunday, Paul. No Sunday, Paul. I think she meant to write no sound. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday night. I've got two cameras. I've got a camera here and I've got a camera up there. And if I add both to the stage, that's what happens. You see, I'm looking up to the camera up there and looking down to the camera down here. So I don't need two of me on, do I? So this one up here is just as a backup. Anyway, let's have a look at who's in the chat room straight off the bat. Julia Evans, welcome to the show, my love. And Lynn Fern, of course, as always, welcome to the show. So, Gupta, welcome to the show. Good to see you again. Julie Sharp, lovely to see you. Lavender Cactus, I know that's not your. No, come on. What was your name? I'm a Muppet. Please tell me your name again. Where am I? Julie Evans, Julie Sharp, Gupta. Everybody said they can hear me. That's fantastic. Christine, of course it is. Christine. It's better. Christine's nicer than Lavender Cactus. It is, honestly. It is. It's a beautiful name. Christine. It's sounds like an angel's name, Christine. Beautiful. Use your name. So welcome to the show. It's really good to see you guys. Thank you much for being here as we are literally zooming towards Christmas. We've only got one more week left, I think. Next week, next Monday and Thursday, and I think that's it. I think. Marie Clark, welcome to the show. Good to see you too. So, as I say, it's really good. And we're zooming towards Easter. I'll tell you why, because I was in a place today and I thought I saw an Easter egg and nearly lost my mind. I didn't obviously see an Easter egg. That's what was in my head. But welcome to the show nonetheless. Now, the show is all about linking to spirit, and questions regarding that is something that I invite on a regular basis. So questions about the subject matter, I would really invite from you. But if you ask me a question like anything from me, then the answer will be no. Okay. Why is that all about, Paul? Well, it's like this. It's about energy. From we're made up of energy. They're made up of energy. You're made up of energy. And it's a combination of making all three of those links come together. So as a crossover, like I spoke, like that. So if your energy is just like that, anything for me, then nothing's going to happen really. You need to be engaging. Okay. So the best way to do that is ask questions. Ask questions about the subject matter. I seen Gupta said there, I miss my dad. I miss my dad. Everybody else who's missing our fathers, everybody misses our family and friends who've crossed over. We know that. But we'll get to that in a bit. Christine Allison it's good to see you. Welcome to the show. Angela McKendrick. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen Angela for a while. Welcome to the show. Davy Jones, welcome to the show. Good to see you all. Don't forget, it's really important. If you've joined us tonight and you haven't yet hit that like button, it's really important to the show to hit that like button. And more importantly, and equally importantly, that's two different concepts. It's as important to the show that not only hit the like button, but share the show. If you're going to share the show, you're helping the show grow. And we really need that because it's what YouTube do. That cracking and thumping you heard in the background and you saw the door open just over my shoulder wasn't a spirit. I can assure you that it was my two monster German Shepherd dogs. Okay. What I'll do is I'll switch on the camera here so you guys can have a quick peek. And I'll just move because this camera here is on a stand. I can move this camera. Give me a second and you'll be able to see Shadow and Storm. All right, there we go. That's Storm. That monster there is actually Storm. Shadi. And Shadow will come into the, he'll come in momentarily. That monster there is Shadow, wherever he's gone. So, welcome to one of the very last actual shows I'll be doing in this house. We have been given our completion date to move to the new premises, and we will be moving over there very soon. So, good evening, Elizabeth. Welcome to the show. Christine says, "I love your dogs." I'll see if I can get Shadow for you, because you saw Storm, but Shadi, come here. That's Shadow, and he does not like to stay and sit. He wants to be near Dad. He's jumping up on me now, like, look. He likes to be around his dad. So here we go. Right now, so that's the doggies out of the way. I keep getting loads and loads of messages from people to say, "Oh, we'd love to see your dogs." Now you've seen them. So anyway, on with the show. Really, really great to see Christine, Alison, Paul. I would like to know: have you ever contacted a spirit who isn't happy where they are? Absolutely not. Now, weirdly enough, great question, Christine, because it links into Gupta's question. All right. So Gupta, pay attention. All right. Have you ever linked into? Let me just get a spirit. Let me get that question. Sorry, again. Christine Allison, great question. Have you ever linked into a spirit who wasn't happy where they are? Absolutely not. Pretty much 100% of all of the reads that I do, the spirit people or the energies that communicate through me, with me, and by me, are all talking about them going home. Okay, they go home. So okay, let me put it in a human perspective. All right. So imagine, right, you go back to where you grew up, I should say. So you go right back to where you grew up, and you walk in through the village hall where you grew up, and all of your friends and all of your family there that you haven't seen, that had gone multiples of years in advance, and they're gone for multiples of years, and you even mourned the fact that you weren't able to see them. So you walk in through the village hall doors, and they're all there. They're all of them, all of the people that you lost, and you felt so sad, and you felt so, you went through so much grief for, and they're there, and they're happy, and they're elated you're there. Okay, would you feel sad? That's pretty much that's it. Spot on. Okay, so no, Christine. Now that's a great question. Now, how does that link into Gupta? Here's how. Gupta, every show, Gupta, you say, "I miss my dad." Okay, we know that. You've said it many, many times. Now, I'm not being flippant and I'm not being condescending. What I'm saying is this: listen to what I said. So your dad is with all of his friends and family that crossed ahead of him. He's in an absolutely fantastic place. Now, I flip it over. You're on the upside. You're up there with all of the family members, and you're looking down at your dad. And your dad is constantly walking about with a long face, going, "Oh, I miss my son. I so miss my son." And he's not getting on with his life. He's not progressing. He's not making any options become available for him. He's not out there living life to the full. He's not out there making great decisions. How are you going to feel about being able to see that? Okay. How are you going to feel when you're seeing your dad constantly down, constantly in mourning, constantly in mourning? How are you going to feel about that? Now, you really, really, really need to meditate and think on that, because that's the truth. So when your dad is looking down at you and he sees you're not progressing, you're not making any attempt to get up and better yourself. And I've said on numerous occasions, oh gosh, thousands of times on different shows around the world, I've said, if you want to honor those who have crossed, be the best you can be here and now. Okay. So it's really important that you really make this life work. Okay. Because there is going to come a time when you will walk through that village hall door and they will all be standing there, and you're going to be able to look at them in the eye and say, I lived my life to the max. Or you're going to look and go, oh, I missed you. Think about that, because that's real. I don't want to put a negative spin on it, because the politics of spirit life are completely different to the politics that we have here. For example, the politics of families, okay, they do not translate to spirit. The amount of time that I've been asked by people, friends and family, going, are they okay about how things have gone with the house and the jewelry and this and that and the funds in the bank? And my question to them, and I put that question to them because it's not for me to decide what questions you ask. That's all your call. It goes straight to them and I respond. And they don't give a hoot. They're not interested in how much money was in the bank. They're not interested in what happened to the house. They're not interested in where the rings, well, certain rings are, because the rings are a connection, or the bracelets or the necklaces are a connection to them and their energies on it. Yes, some of that is. But as for the politics of life, they couldn't give a monkey's. They don't care. They're not interested. They're not even interested in how they crossed over. They're not interested in how they cross over. They usually show me how they crossed over, only to help you understand who I'm talking to. How they crossed over, couldn't give a monkey's. They don't care if they went into bed, laid down and sleep, and woke up on the other side, or walked out in the morning, stood in the road and got hit by a bus. They're there. They're with the friends and family, and how they translate to there, or the sort of the work that they put in to translate to there it's not important. It's that the fact that they're there. Okay. Some do get disorientated if they're taken without, it's a sort of sudden heart attack, or a car accident, road accident, or something, an activity or incident. Some of them get disorientated, and it takes a few days to get it together. But when they do cross over, however they cross over, they are met with friends and family immediately. Okay, so they don't cross over into darkness. That's not true. All right, that's not true. So, Christine, in answer to your question, I've never come across one, or anybody, for that matter, who has been sad, down, or negative. Alrighty. It doesn't matter how they got there. It's the fact that they are there. Okay. I would also say that they are really motivated in you making something of yourself. They understand mourning. They did it, so they understand it, but they don't understand you staying in mourning. Okay, they don't like if you're shutting yourself down to the world, if you're not really getting anything out of life. That's not really what they taught you, and you're not honoring them if you do that. Okay, but it doesn't. Like I've said on many occasions, the loss of a loved one, such as a husband, wife, brother, sister, mom, dad, grandparent, time does not make it easier. It doesn't. That's not true. Time allows us to get used to the fact that their physical presence isn't here, but their spiritual presence is. Okay, you get it in. I was writing about that the other day in a book. As soon as you touch a ring, as soon as you touch a bracelet, a watch, as soon as you get into a car that say dad owned or granddad owned, as soon as you put on a sweater that mom owned, or your sister or husband, wife, something that belongs to somebody else, the tactile concept immediately puts you in a link with them. The fragrance is coming from the garment, puts you in a link with them. You may walk into, or you may be standing out somewhere and someone's smoking a pipe or a cigar, and you get a waft of the fragrance, and you go, and that puts you straight into a link to that person. And that's all real. You're not, that's not a perchance. That you had to be at that particular place at that particular moment to get that fragrance, to get that link to them. So when that does happen to you, my advice is say hi. Say hi. It's really cool. Everybody's loving the dogs. Thank you for that. They are very special. Storm, the first one you saw standing over there by the door, he is more Johanna's boy. Shadow's more my boy. And I hear their voices. I can hear their voices. Storm's voice is more, hello, hello, how are you? Look at me, aren't I beautiful? He's like that. Shadow's more, right, Dad? He's like that. He's just a big. So, Angela says, share to page groups and friends. Thank you very much. That's really appreciated. Elizabeth Gupta says, have you been? I've been nuttily busy. Okay. I have met myself coming out the door on numerous occasions. Dawn's in the house. She's here. I'm telling you, she's here. She's right there. Dawn's here. All right, my lover. Good to see you. Gupta says, I think ghosts are not happy where they are. That's not true. Okay, I don't know where you got that from. And ghosts, first of all, ghosts don't have a conscious. Okay, that's number one. Ghosts are replay of time. That's just when a spirit or you see an energy walking across in front of you, there is no consciousness to that. That is more of a caption of time in that area. Like a video. A video doesn't feel when you play it, it just plays. Okay, spirit energies are different. 99%, 99, yeah, I'd say 99% of energies that appear or make connection want to be there. Okay, all the stuff about them getting stuck is loaded twaddle. Okay, there are two absolutes in this world. One, you're born. Two, you're going to cross. Okay, now you come from the light, you return to the light. Okay, if you choose not to go to the light and you want to be here, there's a reason for that. Okay, but mostly that reasoning is fear or not understanding, but it doesn't mean that it's any different to anybody else's. Your friends and family will come around you and say, hey, okay, look, it's okay, everything's fine, and they will orientate them to where they are. So I don't know where you got that that they're not happy, Gupta, because it's not true. Okay. Let's go on down. JJ McKendrick, it's been a long time. It has been a long time. Welcome back to the show. I hope you're well. I'm doing okay. My wife's now doing okay. She's now doing all right. We got a lot. We still got lot of a big journey ahead of us, but we are definitely on the road. Right, let's go on down and keep on going down. Marie Clark says, I have a spirit of a man here at my home. When asked why he was still here, he says, it's his happy place. I never felt uncomfortable here. I rest my case. Perfect. So he's returning to a place where he was so happy and it's in a visitation mode. He's not stuck there. He chooses to come back and visit. So a lot of this stuff that you see on, these, especially these ghost hunting shows, they're not stuck. As they're assuming that that spirit is there because they're stuck, and they're assuming that spirit sees that place as they're seeing it. Okay, that's not how it works. All right, they can be in that play in that environment, but in a different time frame. Okay, they we may be seeing it as rack and ruin. They may be seeing it just after it was built. We're trying to evaluate spiritual knowledge through our own physicality, and that's not how it works. All right, that's like trying to view a ship out at sea through the bottom of a glass like that, and you're going like this. There's a ship there, there's a sea there, but you can't make out really what it is because you're not using a proper telescope. So Marie, yes, actually, I want to say this to you, Marie. There's more than one. Okay, there's more than one, and there's a younger energy there too. Okay, I'm getting an energy and pigtails. Okay, so there's a connection to you, or there's a connection for you. There's a connection for you, Marie, in spirit. This energy showing, I don't know, between 6 and 9 years old, maybe 10 years old, around that sort of time frame or age frame that I'm getting. There's another M connection here, Mary, that's not your name. It's Mary Marie Martha. There's an M.A. name. Mary Marie Mark. There's an M.A. name. Remember, when I give names, don't automatically assume that person's crossed. There's an M.A. name connection living across that they want me to acknowledge. If they mean somebody here, that means say hello to. And there's a C or K name, like Catherine, Christine, Kevin. There's a strong C or K sound they want me to acknowledge. They're telling me to talk about this month as being significant. The number 12. So either they want me to talk about the 12th of December, or they want me to talk about December as being significant, because they're telling me birthday anniversary. They're showing me my symbol, which is my symbol for birthday anniversary, which is white flower. And it's a lily. When I say a white lily, it means birthday or anniversary. They want me to acknowledge in this month. Marie, as well, I'm getting either we're coming up on a recent anniversary on someone's crossing, or they want me to acknowledge a recent crossing for your family. Okay. This crossing, the way they're making me feel is failure. So sight starts to fail, the lungs are starting to fail, the kidneys begin to fail, so everything starts to shut down. So it's a combination of the shutting down of the of the ability to stay alive, basically. And when they do that, they point like this, which means my time to go home. Okay, so I don't feel very oh my god, I mean, don't get me wrong, this person was a fighter. Marie, as well, I want us to talk about, I don't know if it's David or Dan. There's a D, strong D here they want me to acknowledge, David or Dan. If you can come back to me as quickly as possible, I want to carry on with this reading for you, my darling, if that's okay. In the meantime, let me just say, Gupta says, but people have been treating me terribly, even though I'm doing my best not to let them affect me. Well, all right, Gupta. Number one, I need to understand who these people are, but I'm getting. I have one of my guides is a big Native American guide called Blackfoot, and Blackfoot's job is to do nothing else other than protect me. He says, when it's cold in the ocean, get out of it. Right? So if you're in the ocean and it's freezing cold, then don't stay in the ocean. Get out of it. Right? So in other words, don't surround yourself with people that are not going to bring you love, light, and encouragement. Go to people who are. Okay? We should honor our dead by living well, knowing that we'll meet him again. Yeah, basically that's what I said. Honor those who have crossed by being the best you can be here. You're absolutely right. Right. Chris Kramer. I don't know how to pronounce your surname, but welcome to the show. Gupta says, my dad's name started with MA too. Gotcha. But these are my family. Not sure about the young person crossed. Have lost nobody recently. All right. Let me just stop that for a second. Right. Okay. Let's get Marie's reading sorted here. There is a younger energy showing themselves connecting to you. All right. So this energy showing themselves around the age of between 6 and 10 years old. Okay. They look young, but they look like they've experienced some life. Okay. So whether they recently crossed or whether they've been crossed quite some time, think about that from that energy, from that energy from that sort of age bracket. But they're connecting to you. So either your mom, either your aunt, or there's a connection to you in a way. There's an MA name that's not yours that they want me to acknowledge. They're telling me to talk about the 12th as being significant. Now, the 12th of December or the December month they want me to acknowledge. because when I say the 12th, oh, the 12th of a month, they pull me right to the bottom. See, I see the months of the year as January and descending to December. All right. But as I push it back up to go 12th of any of those months, they go bam, down at the bottom. So either they want me to talk about the 12th of December as being significant or December month as being significant. All right. But they are telling me to talk about a recent anniversary or a recent crossing for the family. Okay. So when I say the family, that's you and your husband's side of the family as well. Okay. So they don't differentiate, they say the family. I'll wait for you to come back on that one. Dan was my nephew who passed in his teens, right? I'm definitely with you. JJ, I will come back to you momentarily, darling, on your answer your question. I just want to get Marie's reading out the way because I'm really linked to this person, but I keep getting them phasing in and out, which is important. Youngest cross niece, C, that was 3 months when she passed. How long ago did she pass? Was it 7 to 10 years ago? You have taken notes. That's okay, because don't worry too much about coming back to me later on, and we can, validate the read because I never differentiate. I'll not, I'll give the information as I get it. Now, as if I just do, let me just get this camera and bend it down like that. So when I do this, you guys can see. Oh, you can see. So you can see when I'm doing the cards, and they are being well and truly sliced like that. And I'm getting 12. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Press these cards down. Take this card up. Take action, Marie, is the name, is the reasoning for this card. Now, if you look at the angel on that particular white stallion, it's follow the light. Hence, if you can, I want to get the lights to stop shining on it. Follow the light. Okay, follow that light. Follow that. That is as I hold this card, I really get the feeling of trust that intuition, trust your energy, trust your thoughts. It's taking you one way, but you're getting people pulling you back. Trust your energy and follow that light. Okay, take action and follow the light. Okay, now it's kind of cooler that it would come in at this time of the year because obviously the 3 wise men followed the star. They followed the light. The charger means have conviction in your decisions. Okay, the white charger means have conviction in your decisions. When you make it a reason to say, right, do you know what, I'm going to do this. Give 100%, and it's all going to work out really, really well for you. Okay. Are you single? Wow. Well, not wow that you're single. Sorry, that I understand that. I'd say husband. Okay, I don't have a symbol for boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or ex-husband. I just have husband or wife. So if you were living with somebody, I would still say husband or wife, even though you're not married. I don't have symbolisms that take me into the different variations these days. Okay. Something that's got me in trouble a few times, to be absolutely honest with you, but nonetheless. Just remember what I've said. If I refer to husband, it would have been somebody by your side. Okay. You've taken notes, and let's validate those for you in a bit. Right. Let me go back up to JJ McKendrick's question. Okay. Bit of a random question, says JJ. Can animals stick around as spirits? My BPY is so convinced. I'm assuming you're right. Maybe you're going to write boy there. Is so convinced that there's a black cat in the house. We have never had a black cat, and we've searched he points out two places. So you're talking about spirit, the spirits of animals who have crossed over. Absolutely, no different to us, no different in any way. Okay, and they can connect with us in the same way they would have connected with us here and now. So that spirit cat, say for an example, if you see what I mean, I'm going to take your word for it. Would be interacting with your son because your son isn't evaluating whether it's there or not. So you, JJ, and rightly so, like most of us would be going, is that real? Is there? And you start looking for evidence of a spiritual animal. Your son doesn't see it that way. He says, it's over there. Well, I don't understand why you can't see that. So he's seen it. I've always said, and I always continue to say, that children make the best mediums because they don't evaluate. They just see it. You know, a bit like that game show. You know, say what you see. So that's, yeah, I would say that it's very feasible. And if the cat can befriend your son, then he's going to stick around too. Eventually, he will. You know, he will just move on. I love the idea of the Rainbow Bridge. You know, they say animals cross the Rainbow Bridge. And I kind of love that idea. We recently had an amazing experience, ladies and gentlemen of the world. The day that Johanna went in for her operation, which was 5.5 hours long, I might add, she was having cancer removed. Okay. The moment they took the cancer out, we had a dragon, okay, called Star, bearded dragon. And Star wasn't well, he was ill. And he had a cancer growth on his little leg, which we couldn't do anything about. But as soon as they took the cancer out of Johanna, Star laid down and passed away. Literally within the same 30 minutes, he crossed over, and the doctors came and said, we got all of the cancer. And Star crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. So we believe in our heart of hearts that Star took all the cancers, brought them into the light, and they'll be cleansed. Okay. And even so much as today, Johanna mentioned about our loving little friend who we gave a long life. And he outlived most dragons' lives. He really did. He outlived them by a good 6 years. Because we love them, and they're amazing little creatures. And we think he took the cancer to the other side of life, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, they can come back, and they will come back, and they will come back and visit us, and it's David's spirit as well. Okay. Marie Clark says, "Oh right, I've done that one." Okay. Angela says, Please, everyone, could you hit the live smiles for the likes button, send some energy, Paul? Thank you if you have. Oh, that's very kind of you, Angela. Yep, please. Yep, hit those smiles. Don't keep hitting the thumbs up, or sorry, the like button. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button once, because if you hit it twice, you switch it back off again. I found that out the hard way. So hit it once, switch it on, and share. That's really important. But sending all of the little hearts and the little, yep, please do. Very happy. Kitoke, let's have a look at it. Spell check is going crazy. Oh, I know you're feeling. Paul Freed, hello from the USA. Any messages from mom? Right, okay, Paul. Well, so you're new from the United States, and welcome to the show. I'm Paul as well. It's the two Pauls, so make it right. The way energy works, the way it works for me. Oh, you're new to my show. Welcome. Energy works it's kind of like, imagine I'm doing a theater show, right? You're on the audience, and I talk to you, so you converse and you build up energy, and we build up the energy. And with that energy, the links come through. So what I need for you to do is start building that energy, and by that I mean start asking me questions. Ask me questions about what the process, or ask me questions about the subject matter. If mom's in spirit, that buildup of energy she'll be able to use to link in with me and you. She's not with me, she's with you, but she can link with me, okay? And then we can hopefully converse, right? And it may not, as much as you're here, Paul, to hear from mom, don't be surprised if somebody else does come through. I am getting energies around you. There's more than one. Okay, there's more than one. Let me hopefully come back to you. I may not even be going away from you. I've just got to check a couple of other things. Can our past loved ones become our guides? No, they become our helpers. Okay, they work in similar, kind of a similar way. All right. How do I put this in a way that would be actually? It's quite simple, right? Our loved ones have an emotional connection to us as our loved ones, our parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, husband, wives. But they can't occupy two places at the same time. So they were here as our parents, okay? And you are here, but you already had your guides, okay? So they're guiding you. Well, when they cross over to the other side of life, they don't take the place of your guides. They become helpers or assistants to your guides. Now, they can do things like make things available to you. In other words, they can put things in place like job situations or opportunities. But if you don't see them and aren't looking out for them, then you're going to miss them. Okay. But they don't see that as, well, I'm not doing that anymore because he didn't even bother. They go, okay, I missed this one. I'll try and create another one. But here's the big thing, Gupta and the rest of the planet. They're not here to live our lives for us. That's our job. We got to live. We got to get up in the morning. We got to make our day happen for us. Okay. And we got to make our life the path that we want to be, that brings the spirit of energy, light, growth, love, and, education, all of that great stuff, all the positivity. It's up to us. One of the things I say on a regular basis, if it's to be, it's up to me. Okay. Nobody's going to get up and make your day for you. You have to do that. Okay. And this is what I say: get up in the morning and make your day a magnificent day. Honor your dad by doing that. Paul, don't go too far. I really do feel I've got an energy building up for you. I believe Star took Johanna's cancer with him, Don. 100%. 100%. And sadly, we lost him, but we're pretty confident he took them cancers with him. Marie says, hi from Florida. One of my favorite places. I love Florida. I love it. I do. I really genuinely. Before lockdown, there was a tour I was going to be doing in the United States called the 10 and 10 tour. And the starting state was going to be New York State, and the finishing state was going to be Florida. Okay. I can't remember. I think it was on the outskirts of Orlando somewhere, but it was down there somewhere. I love, because my plan was finish the 10 and 10 tour and then have a few weeks vacation in Florida. Love it. I know you guys have been through a lot recently, so lots of love going out to you guys. Right. Denise says, hi, Paul. Welcome. Everybody's welcoming Paul. Welcome to the show. Paul Freed, now that you're here, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, that little bell icon, so that you don't miss any future shows. And we do have a great show on a Monday night as well. Chris, in Ken Henry's time, there was a bitch called Cranmer. We have him up. Wow, okay. So you kind of linked him, to royalty. But Chris, could I invite you to come off Facebook, go across to YouTube, and when you go into YouTube, at the search bar at the top, just type in Paul Francis Medium, and it'll bring you right back to the show. The reason why I do that is YouTube is a far more stable platform than Facebook. Facebook is full of lunatics who are trying to con you all the time and break in and steal your, clone you and all that kind of rubbish. 7 times this year I've been cloned and, hacked and all that kind of stuff. So can I invite you to come out of Facebook, come into YouTube, top in the search bar, just type Paul Francis 111 or Paul Francis Medium, and it'll bring you right back to the show. Subscribe to the show, hit the little bell notification, all free of charge, and you'll never miss another show. It'll tell you every time we do a show. But please do come across and do it quickly, because I got a funny feeling I might have an energy for you. Gemini Moon, hi everybody. Hi Gemini, welcome to the show. Denise says, Paul, before we leave this earth, do we find out what our mission was here? Well, the way I get it, the way I've always found things, Denise, is once we've basically achieved everything we need to achieve here, we go home. That's why people go home at different, like my beautiful mom, she passed at 59 years old. That's no age, really. I'm now a year older than she made it. And let me tell you, that was a real hard thing, because I kept thinking, am I going to make 59? Is 59 going to be my year where I have to go home, And when I got into 60, it was almost jubilant, but at the same time sad that I outlived my mother. So, but what I tend to allow now is that she was able to achieve everything she needed to achieve while she was here. So she goes home. Our mission parameters are based upon the growth of our souls. Okay. The people around us help the growth of our souls. Okay. My mother's soul was magnificent. She was a nurse. She was a mother. She was a friend. She was a motivator. She helped children, kids, and we connected to sport in our family. My dad and mom both worked in a big leisure center. My dad was the manager. My mom was, she would teach people to roller skate and do different various things like trampoline and all that kind of stuff. So if she was sent on this earth at this time, not only to give birth to myself and my siblings, but to create a better life for other people, I can guarantee you she did that. She really, really did that. Okay. A lot of people still talk about her. Davey says, can I ask a psychic question? Absolutely. Yeah, sure. About the process, about the subject matter? Absolutely. Cindy, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Long time no see. Yes, it is. So good to see you guys. Welcome back to the show. Oh, gosh. Wow. Listen, don't miss any more shows. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. And hit the little notification bell. Stay here with us. All righty. I'm on twice a week now, but it's good to see you back. Paul, I am connecting with you. I know I am. I know you're asking for your mom. Please bear with me. Okay. But I am getting two older gentlemen with you. Okay. Now they stand like that. So one's up close, one's slightly behind. So I don't know whether there was a sort of a distance between you and dad. I don't know. But there's an older male claiming you. So this is a father grandfather figure. There's a March or the third of a month connection here. They want me to acknowledge. They put in the number 3 over the calendar, which means to me the third month, March, or the third of a month is significant, birthday and anniversary. There is a militarial connection here they want me to acknowledge, because I'm seeing the flags. There's another reason why I see flags, Paul, which means somebody crossed on or around a government holiday, like, for example, the 4th of July. I would see that as flags. So if somebody crossed in or around that date, they would be, I would see that as being in and around a government holiday. Or, Thanksgiving Day, I would see that as a flag as well. When I see a flag folded up, that means military service. So they're telling me to talk about a military connection here, okay? There's a J or G, like John, Joe, George name being shouted in the background, and somebody crosses over with, like, they're here 1 minute, they're there the next, boom. So it's a massive aneurysm, a massive heart attack. So it's like they're here 1 minute, they're there the next. They wouldn't have had a big belief in the subject matter. Okay, they wouldn't have said, if you'd have said to them, "Oh, do you believe in spirits?" They'd have gone, "Oh, a load of rubbish, man. Believing in that crap." First out the gate, going, "Do you know that stuff I said about spirits?" And well, um, I gotta say to you as well, Paul. Either there's a question mark about someone's crossing. Okay, there's either or there's missing knowledge about the crossing. So if someone crosses over and they say, it was natural causes, then people are going, what natural causes? There's a question mark about it. So I'm getting a question mark over the crossing of a person. Now, I'm also getting a crossing, an energy that's showing me the big C. So there's a cancer-related crossing they want me to acknowledge here. And there's either a W. Now, I can be off by names, but I won't be off with the initial of what it sounds like. But this sounds like a Wendy, like that name, like a Wendy name is being shouted. When I give names out, don't automatically assume this person is crossed. It's either who they are, who's with them, or please say hello to. Okay, so let's focus on Paul here for a second. Davey, by all means, ask your question, please. All righty. Woo. Let's come on down. Hello to all. Everybody. Well, I get my dad's bike, which is mine now, from my cousin easily. Or there'll be friction. Well, that's not really a psychic question per se, Davey. That's more of a that's kind of like, and I mean this with all due happiness, no negativity in anywhere or condescending tones or anything like that. But that I would call that family politics. Okay, they don't care about family politics. However, I do get a feeling your family cares about it. So the very fact that it was your dad's bike, I don't think they would be. The very fact that you want it back for the right reasons. If you want it back just because you want to just take it from them and just stick it somewhere, then that's not the right reasons. If you want it back because it was your dad's bike and because it's a connection to your dad, then it will be returned. So it's not the fact that you want it, it's why you want it is more important, if that helps you. Paul, if you could come back to me, I would really like to jump all over that, if that's okay. I hope Florida is warm, says Gemini. I bet it is. It's got to be a lot warmer than the UK, that's for sure. The other Paul from the USA, you read for me already. Okay, where am I going down here? Cindy says, hello, everyone. Won't be here for too long. Oh, Cindy, don't leave us. We want you to stay. Come on, stay. Gupta says, I did have many financial opportunities after his death. That's him proving that he's around you. Mom passed at 39, thought I'd never make it. Yeah, everybody's understanding that. Okay. Right, Christine, welcome back to the show. Yes, she says, Dad. Okay, Paul, let me just link in here with you, Paul, if that's okay. So stick with me as I want to get really through this. Ladies and gentlemen, if I haven't spoken to you or if I haven't responded to your question, I'm not ignoring you. I've got a link here and I really got to talk to, I want to really finish with Paul here because I do get multiple people coming out here. Now, I don't know whether your dad's brother, an uncle, because I'm being shown that there's a connection where he's met up with, and it's somebody that he mourned. Okay, so there's a gentleman that's with him, and once again, they're showing me the folded flag, which means military connection. Okay, Mom had Alzheimer's, did not know. Oh, you guys, right? That's the question mark. Gotcha. All right, gotcha. Yes, and thank you. So, Paul, can you just stick with me here, buddy? I really would like to get through here. You all can ask questions. I see Phyllis saying, can I ask a question? All of you, please, please, please ask a question. But I'd like to finish off here with Paul, if that's okay. Paul, listen, I don't know where you're, but they're telling me there's a sharp left turn. I'm seeing an arrow going like that, okay? That's a symbol for me, not for you. Okay, that means to me there's a massive change coming with you as we come out of 24 into 25. There's a massive change. This change is being brought to you, but you're reluctant to take it. For some reason, you are anchoring yourself in a better the devil you know scenario rather than taking the opportunity that's coming up. Because I can hear dad going "Shoo, shoo, 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 shoo," like this. In other words, come on, boy, get behind this. Really motivating. Now, I don't know where the boats and the water and the fishing is going on, but I'm being shown all connections to that in a leisurely way rather than a business based. Like a professional fisherman. There's a I'm seeing boats, lakes, all that kind of thing. Um, but it's not for me and it's not for them to tell you what to do. Okay. But this opportunity is being laid out in front of you because the opportunity for the new life you've been asking for. You've been asking the universe to get this fresh start, this new beginning, this clean slate. Boom, it's here. It's here. It's right in front of you. Okay. It's ready to rock, brother. I'm telling you, it's ready to go. You will have to step outside some of the circles. So you have circles of friends, circles of family. You will have to step outside of those, okay? But with today's technology, a friend and a family member is but a computer call away, okay? There's I keep feeling and you're being pulled back. It's time to step up and go, hey, I need to do this, okay? Because opportunity awaits you, right? Now, there is a reoccurrence of either you're taking up a former ability or a former how do I work this out? Like if you were, like, for example, if you drive trucks now, but before that you were an accountant, okay, there's a return to where you should be coming, okay. I'm not saying you're going to become an accountant. I'm saying what you set out to do, this change, this move is going to offer those opportunities to go back onto the path where you should have been. Okay, and it's a good move. Um, Dad, if this is dad because he's claiming you, so it's a father grandfather figure. If it's dad who is in spirit and is talking to me, show me a white rose. Okay, that means two things to me. Number one, the white rose comes any color of rose, no matter, and I get multiples of different colors. But the white rose comes from a place of love, but it also means sorry. So it means to me an apology. I'll always tell you what it means to me because it's a symbol for me. However, how you take that on is down to you. If the white rose means something specific between you and dad, then you are correct. Okay, but I'll always tell you how or what it means to me. It means to me an apology from the other side of life. It means to me that he may not have always been the dad he set out to be. Okay, he doesn't blame anybody else. He blames his own circumstances, and um, times can be tough. And he's telling me that you've got it in you to make it happen. I've got to say to you, Paul, he's doing this. Okay, that means let go of the past. Let it go. Okay. You're carrying stuff from the past that you don't need to carry. Also, it's really, really important, Paul. I got to get this to you. Um, you didn't let him down, whatever that means. I'm getting, tell him he didn't let me down. He didn't let me down. Okay. He didn't let me down because in your eyes, or what he's making me feel is you feel that you failed him. That's not the truth. Okay. No, no, no. Okay. He's saying, let it go. He's walking alongside of you and he's telling me, he's showing me a symbol, which is footprints. So in other words, you're going to follow in some of the footsteps that he had led before. Okay. It's card time. So if I bring back on here, so you guys can see that there's no, wow, that jumped out. So if you're talking about trying to get out of it, Paul, reconsider. Reconsider. Now, it's also important that you look at the color. Do you see the color of the gem on the top of that beautiful sword? That represents the heart chakra, okay, which means that's coming from a place of love and feeling, the knowledge, okay? Wow. I wish I had a kind of a message like that from my dad. My dad gives me messages through things that I connect directly to him, such as cars and stuff like that. But um, that that means that message is from the heart, from love, from a place of love. Okay, Paul. I do hope that helps you. I do hope that helps you. Wow. Right. Let's go back to you guys. If you've asked me a question and I haven't responded, please, 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 please ask me again. Right. Let's have a look. Meditation helps, says Ardon. The saying you have to go and find out is very true. All the answers you seek are inside ourselves. Can we all send prayers to California? Just had a 7.0 earthquake. Wow. Whoosh. That's a big old bone shaker of one that is. Right. Denise, if you're finding it difficult to meditate, I can help you with that. Okay. If you haven't already signed up to my Patreon channel, get across there because there is 2 seminars coming up very shortly. You'll not want to miss. Okay. Okay. If you haven't already been to my Patreon channel, there is how you want to get there. Going right across the bottom of the screen right now. Follow that link and join us on Patreon. I'm going back up now to try and find some of the questions that were asked of me. Okay. Before we let go, Paul, it's really important to let you know that the illness. Okay, you've got to let this go. The illness of the person or persons stays with the physical. They don't translate to the spiritual. So basically, to answer your question, mom would be there. Did mom and dad not get on? Because I'm getting this separation scenario here. But there's no Alzheimer's, there's no cancer, there's no sickness of any kind in spirit. That's really important to let you know. And I don't know if mom. I thought I'd finished with you, to be honest with you. That's where the cards came in. But if mom is around, she's telling me about the hair as being important. Okay, because she's doing this. The hair is important. All right. If I haven't answered your questions, please, please, please repost them to me. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Okay. Phyllis says, I would like to know if I have any psychic gifts and whatever else spirit shows you. Thank you so very much. Well, Phyllis, first and foremost, welcome to the show. Very, very good to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Please make sure you subscribe to the show and hit that notification bell. That's really important. And like the show. It's important you like the show. Then share it with your friends, family. Let me answer your question. Number one, I really think Paul's mom's got a hold of me here, but let me answer your question nonetheless. Number one, every person is psychic. Everybody, every human being has psychic abilities at different levels. Some are a lot more psychic than the others, and some are they don't like to say they're psychic, but they say, well, I get a gut feeling about this, or I got something told me this, or I heard this, I got a feeling. That's all psychic ability. So everybody does have a psychic ability. It's what you do with that psychic ability and learning to trust what it is that you're getting. What I would say this to you, Phyllis, is if you want to develop your psychic ability, I wholeheartedly think that you should. Don't try to be anybody else. Okay, just be Phyllis. Okay, because there are no two psychics on the planet that work the same. None. Okay, a lot of people say you work very like John Edward. Yes, I do. John Edward works a lot like me. Thing about it is, I'm older than John. I've been doing it longer than John, but he got the breaks. But nonetheless, I can understand a lot of what he means. I have similar instances, and the training that he had, I undertook as well. So it's really good, but does not mean that I work like John, okay, or any other medium for that matter. You know, Colin Fry was a friend of mine, Derek Accord is a friend of mine, Tony Stockwell I work with. We will not work like each other. We'll all work differently, okay. So be Phyllis. That's what I'm supposed to tell you. Um, I don't know whether I'm going to say you're going to be more psychic than medium, right? The Your ability with cards is the feeling, and crystals. I keep getting drawn to seeing crystals around you. Okay, so I would look into that field. There's more of old school mediumship or old school psychic with you, Phyllis, than modern psychic work. Alrighty, so the cards, the tea leaves, the runes, things of that nature. Do some research in that field. But I will say this to you: it's really, really, really important that you look into psychic self-protection. Okay, learn how to protect yourself against negative energies, because I do get some negative energies around you. Okay, there are two in particular, and one is either at the other side of the road and slightly up a little, but there's a negative energy coming from the other side of the road. Okay, and I don't know if I'm hearing the name Tyler or Tony, or there's a strong T name, Phyllis, that I'm supposed to acknowledge. I'm getting two people in spirit that crossed over in similar ways. Okay, so they met the spirit in similar ways. Okay, not at the same time, but in similar ways. But it's important to understand for the family, and I'm hearing that they got they're there, they're all together. Okay, now I'm getting pulled to the left and up. So and I'm getting a pink line, which means to be mother, grandmother figure. There's an older female who wants to be acknowledged, to be even around you, and saying you get my you have my gifts. That's the word. I'm hearing it from my perspective. They're not using the word you have got my gift. Okay, but you have the gift, whatever that means. Right. Phyllis, I'm supposed to tell you to keep singing. Keep singing. Because that's where the meditation comes in. That's where the relaxation, the connection, that all comes through sound, song, you know, hymns, singing with other people. I don't know, whatever your preference is, but keep singing. And I can get names wrong. I'm quite okay with that. But it sounds to me like either Donny or Dottie, Ditty, something along those lines. So, Phyllis, if you can come back to me as soon as possible, please come back to me. Tell me how wrong I am. Okay, now let's get all the way down here. Paul, I do hope that helped you. But I don't know if mom is still not letting me go. Um, but the hair thing is important. That's what I got to tell you. Have you ever lost your faith or belief since? Okay, that was a good question, and it disappeared on me there, so I'll bring it back. JJ says, "Have you ever lost your faith or belief since losing my daughter? I find it very hard to believe in anything or do anything spiritually. Don't know how to get out of the 4 years." That's very common, very very common. Don't be um, don't be hard on yourself. You'll be ready to return to normality. What is normality? Normality changes every single day. Okay, so don't try and be normal. Just try and be JJ. Alrighty. What I will say this to you is, when your family who cross, they never leave you. Okay, and you will have heard me. You've heard me say it in the past. You've come to shows, live shows. You've heard me say this, and even tonight. If you want to honor those who have crossed, then be the best you can be here. Make them proud by making your life work. Okay? Don't give up. Don't give up because you were gifted. Whatever this is, you were gifted. Don't give up. This is going to be tough. What I'm about to share with you, JJ, okay, is going to be tough. Um, it's not for me. It's not my information. It's not for me to decide whether you should have this information or not. That's not my choice. I am going to deliver exactly what I get. Right. This is tough because I have two beautiful energies in spirit. But here's the amazing thing. Number one, it is okay to grieve. Number two, it is okay to cry. Okay, that's release, and we need to do that because if we pent up that negative energy, it will come manifest in a physical way. So get release, but do it in a your gift has artistical background to it. Get it out through that. Okay, but here's the thing that I'm going to share with you, and not only for JJ but for all moms. Okay, think of it from this perspective because this is the perspective I'm being shown. You were chosen to be mom. How amazing is that? You were chosen. You were selected to be mom. That means you are very, very special. Okay, that is the highest honor you could ever bestow. I heard a saying, oh, multiples and multiples of years ago. And it's a saying I've never, ever let go. Okay. And this is it. Please pay attention, everybody. Mother is the word for God on the lips of small children. How amazing is that? I'll say it again. Mother is the word for God on the lips of small children. How amazing is that? And you were selected. So don't look at it as being you've lost, but you were selected for that beautiful soul's journey for the amount of time that they were here. I will always be here to help you. You just got to message me, pick up the phone, and I will always answer your questions. All right. Phyllis, grandma. Okay, grandma. Alrighty. Christine, can you ask your question again, my darling? Phyllis says, I do sing. Oh my God. There you go. Then grandmother is, grandmother's going, mm-mm. I don't know whether you were talking about a tattoo or you did a tattoo. I don't know, but there's something about marking the skin and she's going, mm-mm-mm. Okay. Once again, it's important to share with you guys, they're not really, they don't care, really. But if a grandmother was here, she'd be going, no, 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 that wouldn't be a thing she'd like. But she's acknowledging and she's saying and she's doing something that would be related to her personality while she was here already. But she's also telling me to go back to the old ways of cooking. Okay, make the whatever it is the favorite meal, do it in the old way, not the new, not the quick and easy air fryer way. Do it the old way. And she could well be talking about Christmas dinner coming up. Do things the old way. They are better. Don't do it in the fangled, fast and easy way. Do it properly. That's it. Do it properly. Wow. Phyllis, there is an element of your life that they're kind of motivating you to let go. Okay. There's a particular part of your life or an element connected to you that they're going, it's time to let that go. All right, boys, shush. It's time to let that part of your life go. You don't need it. They're really motivating you to cut out of your life that what doesn't serve you. Okay. So anything that kind of brings you to a place in your mind or in your heart that has sadness or negativity, you don't need it in your life. Get rid of it. Okay. And that's okay, because the positivity you'll gain will benefit not only you, but others connected to you. Sorry, that high pitched whine in the background you can hear is the boys. Billy Diamond says, Paul, can I ask you a question? Absolutely. Of course you can. Right. Thank you so much. You've helped me out a lot today. You're very welcome. Phyllis, I always finish off with a card, and I'm going to bring this card up, so the second camera, so you can see that the cards are all real and not pre-made up, and I don't get to see them because that's the back of the cards. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I love doing this. I love this job. So Phyllis, listen to your intuition. Look at where the light is. It's green. It's coming from heart. It's coming from a place of love. So all of the advice you've had tonight, coming from a place of love. Ooh, I love this job. Okay, so there we go. Take that camera off. Where are we for time? Okay, 1:15. We've got about 15 minutes left. Oh my God, my uncle Donnie, there you go. Dottie. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You will make it. Just find this channel and subscribe. Thank you so very much. What a cool name. You will make it. That's good, strong, positive advice. Love it. Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate you. Will I have opportunity to communicate with somebody I've been wanting to? If yes, when? Right. As soon as you said that, I immediately heard from my beautiful guide, Sean, if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. Okay. If it's, okay, Billy, say these words after me. If it's to be, if it is to be, if it's to be, it's up to me. You got to put the effort behind it. You can't hope. Okay. And you can't use the word excuse. Okay. I want you to remove that from your vocabulary. Excuse. Take it away. Don't look for excuses. Don't accept excuses. I call excuses, I call it excusitis, the disease of making excuses. So for some reason, I'm being told to tell you, you got to take that out of your whole vocab. Okay. I'm being told to tell you you're missing opportunities right now. You're missing opportunities right now. But Billy, I've got to say this again, no condescending tones, no negativity enforced, no anything other than positivity. But they're showing me a symbol of the ostrich. Okay. Now the ostrich has a way of burying its head in the sand when it thinks it's that that there's danger near. So I'm being told to say the ostrich. Okay. So you're kind of not meeting things head on, you're kind of burying your head. So the best way to conquer is meet fear and danger head on. That's the best way to conquer. Hopefully that helps you. Phyllis, thank you so very, very much. Really appreciate it. Tia Baya, hi, Paul. Hi, Tia. Welcome to the show. Colette's Intuitives. I felt like that as a mom, an honor. I miss my grown children. Yeah, that is, Colette. It is an honor. Moms get selected by, energy spirit to be the mom. Wow, how much of an honor is that? That is just amazing. That is just so amazing. JJ says, thank you for that, Paul. Always. A question, Paul, do spirits hold on to regrets? No, no, they don't. Because they see past the opportunity. They don't see like, okay, and the best way to kind of do this is like, for example, you get a fresh bottle of milk, okay? That milk is good the day you buy it. It's good 3, 4, 5. As we get into the 5th day, it's kind of, okay, you really should have used me by now. 6th day, kind of time. If you're not going to use this, is where I'm going to turn to butter. Okay, so they can see past that date. Alrighty, so you don't carry regrets. Okay, there's if all of the lessons that when they were here, if all of the lessons weren't learned, okay, they will then have an opportunity to learn them next time around. Okay, now if you guys remember, I've always talked about the 7 levels. Okay, so we have 7 levels. We come into this sphere of energy, because that's what this is, the sphere of energy. We come into the sphere of energy as a new soul. You can always tell new souls, they're kind of selfish, they're kind of self-important, they kind of put themselves before everybody else. They kind of like, they're mean, they're nasty, they don't care about other people's feelings. They're more focused on themselves other than anybody else. That's kind of a new soul. They don't really understand the world per se. They're kind of new souls. Okay, so we all come in as a new soul. Now there are a set of lessons to be learned while we're here, and if they achieve those lessons, they then can progress to level 2. My understanding, there is 7 levels: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can come in and they learn all of the lessons needed on that level. They progress up to the next level. So if they don't learn the lessons, then they come back into that level. So they could come into level 1 100 times before they progress up to level 2. They could be in level 2 5 times before they progress up to level 3. They could be in level 3 200 times before they progress up to level 4, and so on and so forth. When you get to level 7, okay, that's when you get the opportunity to become a guide, okay, because you've learned all of those lessons, all of those experiences through all of those lifetimes, and you have that ability and opportunity to become a guide. Okay, so no, they don't kind of carry that with them. They don't carry regrets. They just learn the lesson the next time around, because everything they learned on this occasion, they bring with them to the other side of life to increase that growth of the soul. Good question, though. Thank you very much. Phyllis says, I was thinking about getting one. I must have missed a bit what we're talking, whatever one is. But hey, cool, get it. Tia says, I've been feeling down lately. I wanted to get clarity about me and my love interest, Leo. Is there a future for us? Now that's something I don't work on, right? And I'll tell you why. Because if you aren't motivated to fix this, okay, so we're looking at that as being the heart, and that is being the crack. Okay, so you got to mend the heart by bringing it together. If you're not motivated to do that, then the reality is you're not motivated to do that. Okay, if the best way to fix emotional breakdown is communication. That's the best way. Don't rely on psychics and mediums and all that. Okay, that they can. Some psychics will tell you this, some psychics will tell you that, and you can listen to 1,000 psychics before you want to hear, or you get the information you really want to hear, which is, hey, you can be the facilitator in creating that join or creating that disconnection. Sorry. So if you're motivated and you really want to be with this particular person, then tell them that. Okay. At the end of my shows, at the end of every show you'll ever see me, whether it be here on screen or on stage or on radio, you'll hear me say communicate, appreciate, and validate. Communicate everybody in your life, appreciate everything you have with this person, and validate by telling them, hey, you are the love of my life. Thank you for being here. We're having a few little ups and downs and bumps at the minute. So what do we do to fix that? And it can be that quick and that easy. Let me do a card for you though, Tia, because I tell you what, I feel a lot of positivity around you. Okay. And there is either one or two people getting involved in the mix that don't need to be in the mix. Alrighty? They don't need to be there. Get them out of the mix. There should only be two people in this conversation. Two. Nobody else. Because everybody will have an opinion, and that opinion serves them, not you. Alrighty? They'll always have an opinion. They'll always think they know the best. But that's their opinion based on what they want, not you. Okay? So, what did I do with that card? Did I just drop that card? I did just drop that card, but give me 1 second. Wow, you're going to love the second card too. Give me 1 second. I got to pick this card up. Anyway, my buddy. My beautiful chatty's right down on the floor, right there. Okay, two cards come out. Tia. Okay, two cards come out. Card number one. That's card number one. And card number two. Where is that? This is difficult to do. Tia, these are for you. Ask for help from others, which you've just done tonight, and you are ready, girl. You are ready. Okay? Hopefully that helps you. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate your help. Paul, my card, take action. Would that be moving back to the UK? That's down to you. Okay? Take action is what you want, where you want to be. That's going to bring you the most life, the most happiness, the most contentment. That's going to put a smile on your face every day. That's where you need to be taking action. Okay? If it's not in the United States and you want to be in the UK, why? I would really want to ask you. I know a lot of people are moving out of the United States at the minute, but over here is not that better. Trust me. But it's time to making a move to take you to that puts a smile on your face again, where you can climb into bed and be happy and looking forward to the next day. That's what take action means. Okay. Okay, let's get on. Now, by the way, I'm going to put this out there because I got a feeling I'm supposed to put it out there tonight. If there's anybody out there who's in the entertainment and management business, I want to redo my tour in the United States. Get in touch. If you're a promoter, get in touch. I would really like to do my 10 and 10 tour. Okay, let's move on down. Nicole J, first time here. Welcome to the show, Nicole. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the little bell location, and so that you don't miss any shows in the future. But thank you so much for being here tonight. If you have a question, by all means, put it to me. Tia, thank you for being here. I really appreciate that, and I hope that my response was cool for you. Please hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell notification. Don't forget to like the show, and come and join me every week. It's I'm more than happy to answer questions. All righty, everybody's saying, "Oh wow, I like it." So glad I found you, Paul. As am I. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that. Everybody's saying beautiful. Thank you so much. Have a great night, Paul. And a great show. Thank you for all that you do, Paul. Please make sure you come back and see us again, buddy. I'm happy to see you. Okay. Thank you for being here, Stephen. Thank you. Sending my energy. I'm hoping you mean not enemy. I'm not going yet, by the way. I've got a good another 8 minutes or so. Connecting with their higher self, telepathy helps. Telepathy helps. I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Colette. Connecting with the higher self, telepathy. Uh, I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'm happy to talk to you about it. Question, Paul. Do spirit? Oh no, I've done that. Okay, so obviously been through there. It's been. Christine says right. It's been very tough for lots of things in the new cottage going wrong now. I've opened an Inuk fireplace and energy has changed, but it's been a bit of a struggle. Okay, right. Well, that's very, very common in older buildings. Okay, when you start changing things, it's very, very common for the energy to shift and change. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. It doesn't mean that you're doing things wrong. Okay, that's not, you're not doing anything wrong. In fact, if you've reopened what used to be there, you're bringing it back to what it should have been, and that's a cool thing too. What I would say though is it's probably a good idea, Christine, to do a clearing. Now, it's funny, I was having this conversation today, literally about clearing mediums who walk into somebody's house and do a clearing, but they have no idea of who or what they're clearing. So, what I would say is before you do a clearing on your property, and I suggest you do, I would say this: to all of the spirit energies who are connected to this property, you are most welcome to stay here. However, this is now my time and my energy. Okay, so I do, and you will comply to what the rules that I set out. And those rules are you are not to mess with us. Okay, so I am going to do an energy clearance and transference from this particular building. So you can either go and visit other friends and family while I clear the energy, and then you can return. But you will return under the premise that you are here to visit through love, light, and kindness. If you're not, then you are banned from this building. Make it that clear. Okay. How you move energy is through intent. If you don't believe in what you're doing, you just might as well be singing nursery rhymes, because you're not going to get the response or the results you need. So I don't feel you're doing anything wrong. I don't feel you're doing anything wrong. Um, I just feel it's the energy shifting, the movement of the energy within the house that you're picking up on. I don't feel anything is going wrong around you, like you're doing things wrong. I don't get that. Okay. I will say this though, um, be careful with the window. Okay. Now I don't know if Dad is in spirit, but I've got this gentleman going, you need to be careful with that window. You need to be careful with that window, especially where the join is. Be careful with the join at the window, okay? And the door hinge or the door, I'm not, I'm not an engineer, but the door bit needs looking at, okay? I think it's the front door, by the way. Could be wrong. But the door plank that the door hangs off of, that bit needs attention. And check for water in or underneath the building, in, around, or underneath the building. There's water in some capacity of being shown. Okay, there may have been an old well somewhere in the region, which could be upsetting energy as well. I don't think you're doing anything wrong. I really, really don't. I'm going to go back to what I said. I don't think you're doing anything wrong at all. Okay. Okay. Calling the bishop from upstairs. Calling the bishop. I have a bishop in spirit, Bishop Lennon, and I will call upon him to help as well. Wow. Next year. Okay, it's all going to go straight. It's all going to balance. Your world is going to be correct a year from now, which is only, what, 6 weeks away? Don't worry about it. Free will. Okay, I must be missing something here. Very true. Too many people involved. Yes, I remember that bit. Okay. I don't think it's done. No, it's not a ghost thing. It's an energy movement, Don. It's not a spirits around the place. It's the energy of the building that's getting shifted. It's not spirits getting peeved off with what she's doing. It's the energy of the building, not the spirits within the building. Okay, so it's not a Ghost 22 thing. It's a more of a balance the energies thing, more of a feng shui thing rather than woos. That makes sense. Okay, beautiful reads tonight. Tracy Mayer, welcome to the show. Tracy, you're on Facebook. Could I invite you to come off Facebook and come across to YouTube? Far better place to be, far more stable, a lot less opportunity of getting hacked or cloned. Trust me. If you want to come and join us, Tracy, on YouTube, it's just go into YouTube, top the little search bar at the top, just type in Paul Francis 111 or Paul Francis Medium, and it'll bring you right back to the show. Alrighty. Christine says, great show, find it very interesting. Oh, bless your heart. What a wonderful show. Much love to all, says Denise. And to you, my darling. Angela, could I have a card? Absolutely. Wow. Same card as we've just been talking about, and you saw me shuffling them. So, Angela, it is time to take action. Okay. Angela, I'm seeing something that's. I'm going to put this back on again so people can see the cards. I'm going to say I'm seeing something that I need to share with you. Okay. When I see somebody who's going through grief, my symbolism, if you want to call it that, is I see a person in black, like black. I don't know what the right word here is, like netting. That's not the right word, but somebody's got a hat on and they got a veil, like a veil over them. I see like a person with their head down and a veil, but it's like netting. You can see their face through it. You know what I mean? And I'm saying it's time to remove the veil. It's time to take off the it's time to stop with to come out of the grief concept and move back with your face towards the light. Okay, because our friends and family who cross are not down here, they're up there. Okay, they're with the love, they're with the light, they're with the divine intervention, they're with the motivation, the good, the spiritual, the light. They're with the drive, the happiness. They're not with the down and the negative and the sadness. So if you want to find that again, it's time to take that off. I'm supposed to share that with you. Okay. And it's time to accept abundance, Amanda. Not Amanda, Angela. It's time to accept abundance. But we can't accept abundance until we first know it's going to come. All right, let's carry on. I'm happy to whack out cards for the next 10 minutes. We're going to stop at a quarter to. We aren't trust. See, this is a great. Dawn, Monday night, we're discussing this. Okay, telepathy and thought transfer and all that stuff, and we're going to talk about that. Okay, so put that in our connection about what we're going to be doing, because I don't believe in telepathy. Okay, so and there's a reason for it, because the telepathy is a scientific name given to a reaction, a manifestation, or a change of energy. Okay, so let's talk about that on 22. I'm looking forward to that. Marie Clark says, "Good night, Paul. Thank you so much for the messages. We'll keep these notes. Do private message me, Marie, if you have some issues with some of them, and we can go through them. All right, that's okay. I'm opening that door for you. Christmas gift." This has been a super show, sitting around with a group of friends. Thank you, Paul. Elizabeth, you will always be welcome. Okay. My nan passed over in 2024 at Christmas Eve. Wow. I'm so sorry, Tracy. I'm really sorry to hear that. I miss her so very much, there's no doubts. And she was my best friend and she was my rock. Well, you can be guaranteed, Tracy, that she isn't going anywhere, especially this time of the year. Now, they say that that Halloween is the time of the year when the veil is at its thinnest. I disagree. This is the time of the year when the veil is at its thinnest. This is the time of the year that most connections are actually made. Okay, because the happiness of us as people is much, much, much higher. Okay, I'm just gonna, the camera's moved a bit. Um, it's much higher. We are our thoughts and feelings are in a happier place. So therefore, the energy is greater, which makes their abilities that much more clearer. Okay, hope is on the horizon. Okay, so Tracy, your nan will be even more so around you at this time of the year. Okay, if your nan is around you, I want to talk about. I want to talk about a very special bauble or globe. I don't know what this is, a bauble or a globe. That's important. Okay. But also, she's either she's either with your grandfather or she's with her husband or she's with her brother, but she's talking about the male to her side. Okay. And whoever Andy is, like a strong A, I don't know that Andy is a female or Andy is a male, but I'm hearing the name Andy being shouted. I can be off by names, but I won't be off by the initial or what it sounds like. But it sounds to me like Andy. That's what it sounded like. Could be Ali. I don't know. Andy, Ali, that kind of a name. You're talking about Christmas Eve as being her crossing date, but I'm being told that it was supposed to be earlier. She kind of hung on longer, so it was supposed to be either end of November or early December. Around then was her supposed going home date, but she came back because she wasn't ready to go. Bit of a fighter. Apparently, you're exactly the same. Right. This is important, Tracy. Okay. She's telling me to tell you to look in the mirror. Okay. Whatever that mirror is, look in the mirror. Okay. And she's doing this. Either you have her brush, I don't know, but there's something about this that's really important. She's telling me to tell you about the butterflies being important. The butterfly is important. Okay. It's really important. The butterfly is important. And also, Tracy, while I'm doing your card, come out of Facebook. Come out of Facebook. Go over to YouTube. Go up into YouTube. Type in Paul Francis 111, Paul Francis Medium, either of those. Bring you back to the show. Subscribe to the show. Okay, subscribe. Hit the notification bell icon, and you'll not miss another show. You'll always be told there's another show coming up, so you'll be able to come in. And I do a lot of pop-ups and things like that, so you'll be able to get all of the shows and all of the different things that I do. What's up, mate? I don't know if you're worried about a move or a massive change. Okay, there's something about a move or a massive change, and I was told to turn over the top card because whatever this move or massive change is, it is very unlikely. Okay, whatever this move or massive change that you're worried about is unlikely. Now, if you notice that there's a lot of blue around this angel, what that means is communication is the answer. talk. Hopefully that helps. Telepathy can be accomplished in the now of the souls here, especially if it's a close connection. I wouldn't agree with that, Colette. I'd love to have you on the show as a guest, in fact. I don't believe that for a second, because transference of information comes through connection of energy. Okay, so when we're in each other's energy, we're in each other's auric fields. That's not telepathy. That's transference of energy. Okay, so the scientific name of telepathy, I'm not buying it. I find that difficult to take on board. It's more of a connection through auric field. That's my argument stance. But it'd be lovely to talk to you guys about it. But my stance will be that it's not telepathy. You're not reading minds. You're transferring of energy through auric field. Helen Mansell, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Yes, I've done this, made much better. Good. Okay. All right. Angela says that cool. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I have skipped past your question. I'm not doing it deliberately. Please. We're so busy tonight. It's great to see, by the way. Please, if you have joined us tonight and you haven't yet hit that like button, please do that and hit the hearts. It's really important. It gives feedback for the show and it keeps us on YouTube. So please hit that heart button, hit the thumb button. But if you're on YouTube, make sure you like the show and share the show. It's really important. Dawn Kamenko, welcome to the show. We are literally at the end, though. I've literally got 2 minutes left. Zara, again, welcome to the show. Karen, welcome to the show. I'm really sorry to say I've literally got 2 minutes left. That's all I got. Dawn says, how did you know that you were chosen? That's a great question, because I'm actually writing about that in a new book that I've got coming out in 2025 called Walking with the Light. When I first, number one, let me just tell you, I'm brought up an Irish Catholic, okay? I'd never heard of a medium, didn't know what the heck a medium was, didn't know what psychic abilities were, didn't know any of that stuff, because I was brought up an Irish Catholic. Not only was I brought up an Irish Catholic, but my uncle was a bishop, okay? So you can, needless to say, it was staunch Catholicism, okay? If you dropped a bag of crisps in our house, you had to go to mass, alrighty? So we were constantly praying, we were constantly in chapel, and it was a great life, okay? Don't get me wrong. Now, I was starting to give off all of these signs, alrighty? Now, these signs, everybody, including yours truly, thought that these signs were what is commonly called as the calling, okay? We thought, and so did I was destined for priesthood. We thought that was where we were going. Now, being connected upstairs, my uncle, the bishop, and his best pal was the Cardinal Lafay. And I had a meeting with both of those, and they went, right, we'll get you into the seminary, no problem, okay? There wasn't any question. It was, yeah, you're in. So I was like, okay, all right, then that's clearly what I'm supposed to be doing, because I was really, really fascinated by all of the spiritual aspect. And I was studying martial arts, studying Kung Fu, and I was not interested in fighting. I was really interested in the energy, interested in the chi, the chakras, all of that was really where I was. I wasn't interested in the fighting aspect of it, really kept me fit. But the more I went into it, Anyway, so on and so forth happened. And one afternoon, I went to the cathedral, and you can see this beautiful cathedral in Armagh, where I'm from, in Ireland. And I walked in, and being the bishop's nephew, I could go where I wanted, really. So I went around, and I went up the pulpit, which is beautiful granite pulpit, carved, absolutely beautiful. And I walked all the way up, and I was putting my hands on the velvet sort of inlay on the inside, and I was looking out over the cathedral, thinking, I wonder what it's going to be like to give a sermon. That's what I genuinely was thinking that. So I had that, and I was thinking, I wonder what it's going to be like to give a sermon. And I literally heard behind me, not like this, not this way. So I turned around like that, and I thought, who said that? What the hell was that? And I heard it again, not this way. And it was really genteel, really calm, and really, it's okay. You're going to be doing this work, but not like this, not this way, not as a priest. Okay. Okay. So my mom was working in the church. She was in the cathedral. She was cleaning, helping to clean it. You know, a lot of people gave of their time to help keep it clean. And she happened to be working near the altar and I come down from the pulpit, and I walked down, and she saw me, and she goes, well, how did it fit? Like that. And I just reiterated, almost without even thinking about it. I went, not like this, Mom. Not like this. And without even missing a beat, like that, she went, well, at least I won't have to call you father, and just carried on working. And I turned around to the altar, and I bowed, and I said, thank you. And I just turned around, and I walked out of the cathedral, and I knew that I would be doing something, and I knew I'd be doing it for the benefit of people, benefit of souls, but it wouldn't be as a priest. Weirdly enough, years later, I ended up working in spiritual churches. And as soon as I walked up the first time in a spiritual church to give both a sermon and a delivery of the service, I went, gotcha. Now I understand. So that is how I knew this was supposed to happen. Now, the weird thing about that is all the way through my life, my chosen career was a chef. I'm a classically trained chef. And I came out of that, and I went into the music business, and I got quite high in the music business. And then I just got the feeling this is not what I'm supposed to do. And I was really high up, I was doing pretty good. And something said, no. And I remember being in London, and I said to my wife at the time, I said, there's somebody dead around this corner. She went, what? I said, around this corner, there's somebody dead. They just told me that they're happy. And she went, and we drove around the corner, there was a bloody hearse sitting there. She went, how the hell did you know that? I said, I don't know. But they just told me they're happy. She goes, oh my God. Within 3 weeks of that, I ended up on TV with Colin Fry and Psychic School. Within 4 weeks of that, I was with my teacher, the two teachers that taught me, and my pathway to becoming a psychic medium had happened. And they did it like that. When I was ready to do the work, they put it in front of me to do. Great question, and thank you for asking it. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. I would love you guys to be here. There's 2 more shows before we call it a day for Christmas, so please don't miss those. I'd love to see you guys back. We'll be more than happy to talk to you, to answer your questions, to do reads. But I'll tell you what, before I go, and I always do this, is I'm going to do 2 cards. Right, now, everybody, let me just scroll down. First of all, Dawn, thank you. Great question. I enjoyed answering it. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you guys to, Dawn loves to debate with me, but that's how we learn, okay? She comes up with an idea. I tell her she's wrong. It's that simple. So, right, here we go. We're not at the end of the show yet, so everybody pay attention. Right, so what I want you to just listen to me. Just listen to me, but please follow my direction. Here's what I want you to do, okay? I want you to just close your eyes. Just let go. Let go. Okay, close your eyes. Listen to me and just let go. Just breathe. Literally just breathe. Okay? And each time you breathe, fall deeper and deeper, more relaxed. Just let go, Yeah. I'm listening to this guy. I'm just going to let go. Now you can start seeing whatever you want to see. If you want to see something like your future, just say, right, okay, I'm open for the future. I'm open for that. If you want to see something to do with your romantic situation, just say, yeah, I'm open to that. I'm open to it. I'm open to that. If you want to see abundance, I'm open to receiving abundance. I'm happy to receive abundance. I love money. I want a decent bank account. I can do a lot of good with a lot of money. And whatever it is, do not attach any grief or any negativity. Just open your mind, open your heart, and just breathe. Okay. In a moment, you will be given the numbers 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Okay. So select whatever those numbers are, 1, 2, or 3. Push this camera down. There we go. So you guys can see. Look, I'm working off my laptop today. So when you feel you're drawn to a number, don't guess it, be drawn to the number. Select 1, 2, or 3. And then just come back in the room and let me know what that number is. All right. Christine's going for 1. Julia's going for 3. Dawn's going for 2. So we got one of each so far. And there's 3. So I'll give everybody an opportunity. Elizabeth is on 2. Julia 3. Colette's on 369. 3. Dawn's on 3. Julia saying was 3, but I'm feeling 2. Okay, fine. The connection to the read or the information between 2 and 3 can be that. 2 for Lynn. Colette's going to go for 3. Okay. I'll wait for the rest of you guys. And yes, you're seeing an Irishman drinking water. I know. Unheard of, right? And by the way, a lot of people say to me, I can't meditate. I've just put you into a meditative state. You've done it like that. Just like that, because you listened, you let go, and you were open to concept. So you meditated just like that. 3, that was hard because 1 and 2 and 3 kept creeping into my head. Angela, it is okay to have 1, 2, and 3. It's okay. If 1, 2, and 3 are a collective to give you a message, then that's okay. That's fine. 1 and 3 for Julie Sharp. Half Viking, half Cherokee. Oh my gosh, Colette, you fighter, you're one of these people. Like I said, Dawn would start a row in a room full of brushes. Speaking of which, Dawn, if you want to grab a brew tomorrow morning, I'm going to be in town tomorrow morning. We're going to grab a quick cup of coffee. Right, okay. Before we make it a close of tonight's show, first and foremost, thank you. And those of you who know me well. When I say thank you, I mean it. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time out of your life to be a part of my show. I really, really appreciate you. Please, please, please come back and join us on Monday night where we have a laugh and it really is fun. Come and join us on Monday night for a bit of a giggle. Chris, good to see you. Welcome to the show. You're going to go for number 2. That's cool. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting this show. And come and join us on Monday night at 8 p.m. for Ghost 22. A lot of fun. Right. I'll give you a shout in the morning, Don. I've got to go into town first, then I've got to go to Mercedes, and then I'll meet up with you already. So, if you selected number 1, then you have remain positive. remain positive. Okay. Now, if I hold this card and I talk about remaining positive, it really, really is positive of spirit. Keep your spirits and your energy high. Keep them high. Do not let the weight of the world drag you down. It doesn't matter what the situation is. A situation is a problem, or a problem is a situation with an answer. Find the answer, problem solved, situation goes away. Keep your energy high. Keep your energy in the collective of the universe and the high level spirit, and keep your mind pure and of clear thought. Okay. And I promise you things will work out if you selected number one. Selected number two, the answer is don't stop. Don't give up. Don't ever stop. Okay. If you give up, it's time, that's your failing and not the failing of other people. Alrighty. As I hold this, it says, don't stop, pull forward, move forward, and make it happen. If it's to be, then it's up to me. If it's to be, it's really up to me to make it happen. Okay? It's not going to happen because I'm hoping it's going to happen. It's going to happen because I'm going to make it happen. And I tell you what, it's the beginning of 3 stairs to success. There are 3 steps that are going to come along with this. There's something coming to you guys that chose number 2. There are 3 things that are going to happen. They're going to be quite in close proximity, but the success behind it is going to be phenomenal. Okay. Don't stop. Don't give up. You're right there. You are right there. Look at the card number 1 and 2. Remain positive and don't stop. Look at that message. Cards number 1 and number 2. Remain positive. Don't stop. What's card number 3? Card number, oh, he's just moving things about. Card number 3. Wow. What did I just say with don't stop? 3 changes. Things are happening. You ready for card number 3, guys? Big, happy changes. Look at that connection. Look at that auric field of that beautiful angel. By the way, that auric field, that area where you pick up the other person's thoughts, big, happy changes. Oh my God. All right. As I said, the 3 cards can give one message. Remain positive. Don't stop, because big, happy changes are about to unfold. How amazing is that? Keep your head up. Keep your head up there. One of the things that I learned, for every second you have your head down, you're missing a second of sunshine. For every time you have your head down, you're missing an opportunity that's in front of you. Keep your head up. Know in your heart and in your soul you're a great person and you deserve all great things. If you ask the universe for substance, be open to receiving it. If you say to the universe, I want a new house, I want a new job, I want a decent bank account, the universe goes, okay. But if in the back of your head you hear, I'm not going to get it, the universe goes, okay. Okay. So remain positive. Keep that head that high. Keep your face to the sun, the moon, and the stars. Okay. Don't stop. Don't give up. It's right there. There are 3 stages coming. They're going to be close succession. And at the end of that, big, happy changes. These are going to happen. These are amazing. And you guys are going to you're just going to attract all great things. Remember, what you give off as energy is what you will attract. Okay, so when you've got your head high, you're thinking great things, you're full of life, love, and you're just full of happiness, then you are going to attract exactly that. Once again, thank you. Thank you for being here. It's a privilege to be able to do this for you guys. Please, please, please continue to support me in the show. I'll be back on Monday night for Ghost 22. Paul, you're on fire tonight. Everyone else, thank you so much for your energy. It's because of you that this right on, so on fire. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. I will see you all on Monday night at 8 p.m. along with Dawn, where we'll go into this, and I will show you how this works. Okay, telepathy is more of a physical aspect rather than thought. Okay, And I'll just leave you with one word: Uri Geller. Okay, enough of that. Have a fantastic weekend. I might bounce up on a pop-up over the weekend. I will be back on Saturday at 5 o'clock for Moments. Don't forget that. So I'll be back on Saturday, 5 p.m. for Moments. Don't miss that. Look out for each other. Communicate, appreciate, and validate everybody in your life. So Medium never has to do it for you. All right. What does that mean? It means take time out every day to communicate with the people you love. In fact, at the end of the show, tell the people who are most important to you in your life just how much they're important to you. In our household, we don't see it as weird to tell each other that we love each other. My youngest daughter, who's 17, won't go to bed until she's given us a hug and a kiss and told us she loves us. The first thing she does in the morning is a hug and a kiss and tells us she loves us. And she's 17. That is the biggest success of my life. Having children around me that aren't afraid to tell me they love me. Having a wife who tells me every single day, and I tell her I love her. And we mean it. Communicate. Appreciate everything you have and everyone in your life, and validate it by letting them know. Take at least 15 minutes out of every day just for you. At least 15 minutes. Turn off your mobile cell phones, turn off your house phones, just breathe. Go back to the basics of life. Switch it off, and pretty soon people will come to know that that's your time. Go from 15 minutes to half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and just shut the world down and enjoy it. Thank you. Once again, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. And until I see you again, which will be Saturday night, most likely, Saturday evening, 5 o'clock UK time, enjoy yourself. All right. See you all soon. Thanks very much.